Time to check out a new JDM import added to the game in the new summer update. And not just any JDM import, but one of the most famous and prestigious imports from the mid to late 1990s. The second generation Mitsubishi Eclipse, as made famous in the Fast and the Furious. And this car has a very special meaning to me, because I actually owned one back in my heyday during my high school and college days of street racing and drifting. Back in the 90s, there was an automotive manufacturers collaboration between Mitsubishi, Eagle, and Plymouth that all made different variants of the car that looked slightly different, but they all had the same heart, the same motor, the same gearbox, and the same parts. And I was fortunate to pick up a 1992 Plymouth Laser all-wheel drive turbo using the famous 4G63 motor, which was used in the Evolutions all the way up to the Evo 8s and Evo 9s. And I took that modest stock boost of 11 PSI up to 18 PSI, took out the catalytic converter, ran 3-inch exhaust straight through, had a Greddy Type S blow-off valve that chirped like a bird out of hell, and was pretty notorious and pretty well known on the streets of Northern California. So I am very excited to check out this new second generation Mitsubishi Eclipse. And today I'm going to show you guys how I would modify it back in my heyday. Let's jump in, take it to the mod shop, and see what we can do for customization. Sounds good. Really like the stock wheels from the factory. Really like the rear tail lights, that fat rear bumper, hoping we can put that signature spoiler on. And yeah, it even says Penumbra between the tail lights on that centerpiece, as the Eclipses did back in the day. And yeah, this is a one-to-one recreation. Good job, Rockstar. Let's check it out in some more detail, add some modifications.
What can the best mechanic in LS do for you?
Oh, I feel like a kid again. If only you guys could see the smile on my face. Let's do this. Starting off with some race brakes as always.
Stops on a dime. Seriously.
Check out the front bumpers. I remember some of these modifications on these Eclipses very well. So we'll see if anything stands out. We can remove the plate. That is always a good start. Vent remove. Okay. Got some more room for a front mount intercooler. Let's see if they have any options with that. Can do a underbite bumper. Okay, that's getting more like it. If we can get some more, get lower to the ground, that would be good. Moving on to the Futurism Bumper. Okay, that's looking more like it as well. Street alt. Got a vent dead center above that grill. Moving down to the Style Bumper. Okay, yeah, that's the business right there. Liking that one a lot. Then we've got the Racing Bumper. I think this is the famous bumper from Fast and the Furious. Might have to go with this one or the Style Bumper. Two good options. Two options left with the Basking Shark Bumper. Not as much of a fan of that round center grill. And last up is the Racing Alt Bumper. Okay, what's the difference between the Racing Bumper and the Racing Alt? Looking very similar. Maybe it's oh, I see, it's on the bottom. So if you look at the grill, this one has more area for the mesh. This one has more bumper on the bottom. And more space for cooling for that front mount intercooler is always a good thing. So I'm going to go with the Racing Bumper. See what we can do for the rear bumpers. Going with a diffuser. Got some stabilizing rods on the corners. Can do a big diffuser. Whoa. That gets rid of half of the bumper. Then street rear bumper. That's kind of a hack job, all chopped up. And ribbed, what does that do? Not seeing. Oh, it's on the top of the bumper. Slight difference. Okay, we can do the ribbed with the diffuser. Then we've got the race rear bumper. Still kind of hacked up. Can get that ribbed as well. Just a subtle difference in the lines towards the top. And last up, the ribbed race with diffuser. And it is disappointing after stock with the diffuser. The bumper gets hacked in half. And there's no other options for a complete bumper with different lines or anything. So I'm going to go with the stock bumper with diffuser.
Now that's a custom job.
Engine, let's put some more power on this 4G63 motor.
You got a whole lot more horses under there now.
And for exhaust, we should have an option to fill the other side of that there. Could do a dual exhaust. Yep, we can throw another one on. Can do a single small. Titanium tipped. Here we go. We got the dual small bore. Dual titanium. Those do get bigger. More of the canister style mufflers. And can do the dual double. That is unfortunate as well, that they don't have these in aluminum or stainless, just the titanium. And these ones do not fill up as much as the dual titanium, so I think we'll throw these on. Why not? Ooh, check this out. We've got an option for front seats. Excellent. So we can do all of the racing seats that are from Benny's, it looks like. Competition seats, always a good option. And then we can do a roll cage as well. Street seats, racing seats, carbon seats, all the options with a cage. And back in my street racing days, we did not have roll cages. We did have racing seats though. So I think I'll go for an option without the roll cage. Probably go with the red seat belts. Either the competition or the racing. The racing seats come up higher. These are a bit lower. And I'll go with the competition seats. Definitely going to put a carbon fiber hood on here. Can do some round vents. There's the first carbon option with the vents. Those are an odd layout for those vents though. Okay, then we can do a hood with just the vents carbon fibered out. Okay, large square vent. Yeah, that's more what I'm talking about. I wonder on the stock hood, do they have that bulge? Yeah, the Eclipse has always had a bulge on one side of the hood to make room for the timing belt, I believe, on that 4G63 motor. That's not a bad option with the square vent. Can get that in carbon as well. Sport hood. More of a streamline, just have some minor angles on the sides. Street hood has a power bulge in the center. Can get that in carbon. And last option is race spec hood. Can get that in carbon also. Really not sure why they went with that layout for the vents. But I am going to go with the carbon large square vent hood on this build.
Look, it's sharp.
Can do the xenon lights, which I will throw on here. Alright, let's check out the livery options that Rockstar gave us for the new Eclipse GSX, because this is all-wheel drive. Starting with the Kasama beer. Very simple pink two-tone with some Japanese lettering. Got the Kasama beer on the hood. Moving on to shopping list, just some standard sponsors on the back as well, on the sides. And we can get a alternate version in white, the white lettering for this. Moving on to atomic tires. Got the Dew Yellow Flame. Maibatsu dead center. Got the atomic wheel on the hood. Not a bad option. Redwood cigarettes, more of a retro rally style. I guess you could do this for an autocross build if you wanted something in between street and racing, legitimate racing. Moving on to the Almost Had You. This is looking similar to the Fast and the Furious setup a bit. Then we've got the Sakura tree. That's interesting. Don't remember seeing anything like this before. Then the Princess Robot Bubblegum. This one we've seen. I believe there's something similar on the Scramjet, the anime style. 10 out of 13 with the Auto Exotic. Got some sponsors down below the door. Number 23. I do like how they laid it out on the front hood up here. That's not bad. Can get that in an alternate color with the racing blue. And We Hungry. Like the lines. Almost looks like it could be something out of Benny's Livery Options. And last up we have Maibatsu. With the Maibatsu Japanese Mountain. Japanese styling on the sides. Nothing on the rear. Cool. Not bad. Not bad at all. And I would have been tempted for the shopping list, some simple sponsors and decals, but not a fan of it on the rear. The setup, the way they put those in a bigger font, all grouped up. So for now, I'm going to leave that off, but I may come back to this. We will see. Few options for the mirrors. Can do carbon or secondary. I'll throw some carbon on. Why not? And I have been waiting for this. Let's do a yellow on black. With the Got Boost plate, this may be the best application. The vehicle I'm most excited to slap this plate on. And let's check out the new Penumbra in a few different colors. Can't go wrong with a stone silver. I used to see this color on the second generation Eclipses all the time. Carbon fiber hood, gunmetal wheels, great combination. Goes good with the titanium exhaust, the diffuser there, and also the black trim around the taillights and that centerpiece. Also the black trim around the windows. So yeah, stone silver would make a great build for the new Penumbra. Of course, you're going to want to go with the lime green if you want to do the Fast and the Furious Paul Walker build. And you're going to see tons and tons of those builds online on YouTube and on forums. So this is the color to do that with. Also, we have that livery we can throw on as well. And a lot of other options to complete the build with the lime green. And for me, I've always found a white second generation Eclipse to be so clean, especially with a carbon fiber hood, some accents on the diffuser, some carbon fiber, some black rims. So I am going to throw on a frost white for this build. Throwing on a diamond blue pearlescent to give it some more shine, make it a bit more luxurious. The secondary color changes the color of the stitching on the dash and the steering wheel. As you can see here, Fister pink, hot pink, and I'm going to go with some kind of a red, maybe a Torino red. Check out this interior, by the way. Got some gauges for the oil pressure, the boost, fuel ratio. Really cool. Nice racing steering wheel as well. We can change the trim color as well, which will change the surrounds of the gauges, the surrounds of the radio down there, as well as the seats too. So for this build, I'm going to go with a blue. See how that light blue looks. Yeah, I think I'll go with the, compared to racing and ultra, we'll throw a light blue on those seats. Few options for the roof if we want to throw on a scoop in carbon. Second option for a race scoop, can do carbon also, or a built-in scoop, which is more of a rally style. Alternate, which makes it a little bit wider. And I think I will leave those alone. Leave it as is for this one. Some options for the side skirts. Whoa, not some, but we've got a lot. So we can do a carbon skirt, which changes basically the whole thing. Can do a small lip in carbon. Okay, that changes up the design a bit. Can do an angled skirt. That's looking a bit more like it. I wish the carbon didn't change the entire thing, though. I wish it changed just the lip on the bottom. Okay, bulbous skirt. That's looking really good. Again, the carbon changes the entire thing. Can do a shelved stock. Rounded shelf skirt. That's looking really flush. That's really completing the ground effects of the car from the front to the back. And last option is the long round shelf skirt, which is nice, but I do prefer the rounded shelf skirt just a bit more. The angles on the rear of that is a little bit, comes to a point more, so I'll go with rounded shelf skirt for the side skirts. Splitters. Okay, so, oh, here we go. Nice, so we can add a lip in combination to the bumper. See if we get any options for the intercooler. I'm surprised we haven't seen that yet. Basic lip, carbon basic lip. That's a very clean option, more on the minimal side of things. Race splitter. Oh yes, this is what I've been waiting for. So we've got the primary setup with intercooler 1. Can do that in carbon. And primary race with intercooler 1. It's got the canards on the sides. Wish the intercooler didn't have the fans on that. Okay, that's a bit better. Intercooler 2. Looks like it has the spray for the cooling of the front mount. Can get that in carbon. And last option for race setup with intercooler 2. And can do that in carbon as well. And it's just a question of the lip, the front lip, how much it comes out. The carbon race compared to the first one comes out a little bit more sizable, so we'll throw this one on.
You got great taste.
All right, let's see if we can get the signature wing on this Eclipse. Definitely not going to be with the small wing. Got the street wing. It's getting more on track. Angled wing. Nope, I'm looking for the signature round wing. Got the standard wing. These are all the bolt-ons, aftermarket style. Would go good for the Fast and the Furious build. And we've got the large extended wing. That is getting up there. Can almost take off and go on a... There we go. This is what you want if you want a spaceship. Take off on a mission to Mars. Can get that in carbon as well. Double wing. Geez, they went to town for these huge, monstrous wings. Got the chassis mounted wing, like on the Banshee 900R. Comes off of the bumper, down lower. Can get that in carbon. Last option is the chassis mounted alt wing. Well, that's disappointing. We do not have the signature Mitsubishi wing. And I'm really not liking my options here. This is most unfortunate. This would be an option, but I don't know. It's going to be between this or one of the smaller bolt-on wings. Really loving everything so far except the wing selections. This is an option for the extended wing coming to the back. But I think I'm going to go with the angled wing just for a little bit more of an OEM look compared to the bolt-on looks. This is a good choice as well, the extended wing. Oh man, this wing comes up a little bit too high. It's a little bit too boxy. So I guess the extended wing it is with the two-tone. It does have the carbon fiber on the sides, the white in the center. And it is a bolt-on wing, but it's not too crazy. That is what I will go with. Extended wing, it is.
That's a beauty right there.
Can throw a sun strip on the front windshield with a primary plastic globe oil, okay. Or a hard strand. And that is tempting. I do like the red and blue coloring on there. Kind of goes with the seats. But we'll leave that off for more of a clean look on this street build. And let's see how low can she go with suspension. Let's just drop it, go straight from stock to competition, see if it angles out with the camber. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. Boom. Wow, look at that. Yep, that is cambered out, and that does help the handling quite a bit. So it really starts to change at sport, and then boom with the competition. Which I think I will go one above with the sport suspension. Crazy, but not that crazy.
Now that's gonna be a smooth ride.
Transmission, oh yeah, throw a race on there. Let's increase the boost on this turbo with some turbo tuning.
Now you've got some juice.
Going back to the livery options, I think I am gonna go with the shopping list. On the hood there as well, can't see it because the carbon fiber, but I do like the sponsors on the front of the doors. And yeah, we'll take the rear bumper fixed up as well, so we'll throw that on. And this is one of those cars where I knew exactly what wheels I wanted to put on before I even brought it into the mod shop. Going to the sport category and gonna go with the ground ride or the S Racer. One of those, Oozer, that's right, Oozer Ground Ride or S Racer. And I used to see these rims all the time, very similar on these second generation Eclipses. And I think I'll go with the Oozer, which will definitely put a paint color on those.
If that car was a woman, I'd guess her.
I think it looks a lot better in a anthracite black steel. No, we'll go with the anthracite black. What do you guys think? And I usually don't do the tire design, but I am digging it with the red and white lettering on this Penumbra. Goes with the tail lights, kind of spices it up a bit since it's semi-liveried up, just very simple. So we'll throw the custom tires on as well, add a little bit more to the car. And last up for the windows, got the light smoke, dark smoke, or limo. And yes, 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 please. Question is dark or light smoke. And I think we'll go with the light smoke so we can see through a bit more, see those beautiful blue racing seats. Really like how this car came out. And this is how you guys would see me rolling back in my heyday, my street racing days. Such a beautiful car. I would still not mind having a second generation Eclipse to this day. They have fantastic motors with that 4G63 where you can add so much boost, upgrade the turbo, and get 450 horsepower out of that bottom block on the motor just with some bolt-on modifications. And yeah, that is all 26 options for the car. Really, really loving it. Could not be happier with the build. Only thing is I wish we had that signature round Eclipse spoiler. If you guys have seen those, you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, man, loving it. So let's take it outside and check out the new Penumbra in some more detail. Oh man, instantly one of my favorite cars in the game. The second generation Eclipse GSX. The GSTs were the front wheel drive Eclipses, and this guy should be all wheel drive. Let's test out the drivetrain very carefully without scratching the car. And oh yes, that is a all wheel drive monster, my friends. And feels like it's got some tremendous grip, so really excited to see how this handles. First, though, let's open everything up and check out the new Penumbra in some more detail. Oh, man. Man, oh man, I see instantly the rear hatchback, the trunk opens up. It's got those lines in it. You guys know what that's for? Let's go take a look at that. That is the old defrosters. When you got a cold day on your commute to work, you turn on the defrosters. That'll melt away any ice or frost or mist from the cold. Start off back here while we're at it. Got our Got Boost plate, titanium dual exhaust, Penumbra on that centerpiece behind the, or between the taillights. And we've got our hatchback, which we can see straight through to the racing seats. Love it. Love how that rear lid folds up. Got our door panels here. Let's check out the best part of it. Oh, man. Amazing job, Rockstar, with those front headlights. Really, really nailed it. The front bumper. We've got our lip, carbon fiber lip with front mount intercooler. And the famous 4G63 motor. Can see the headers right down below. That's where the turbo would connect to. And we've got our racing intake with a blue silicone hosing. The air filter. We've got a strut bar. And looks like we've got that gold fuel rail right on top there. Amazing. Absolutely love it. Let's climb into the interior, check that out before we get on our way and hit the streets with the new Penumbra. Close everything up, and the way they did this carbon fiber interior with these gauges, we can choose the color of the stitching. We've got a racing steering wheel, carbon fiber door panels. You know what? And look at that, the seat belts actually bolt to the back seats where the back seats would be. I would have to give this interior a 10 out of 10. And I'm not just saying that because I love the Eclipse cars. I think Rockstar nailed it on this one. It could almost be a Benny's vehicle. And check that out as I put the handbrake on. We've got a handbrake indicator light. That is bonus points for attention to detail, Rockstar. Now then, it is time to take this new Penumbra to the streets, see how it handles, the driving experience, and most importantly, if it's any fun. Because we know it's not going to be the fastest car, but that doesn't mean it can't still be a load of fun. So, let's hit the streets. Let's do this. Really like that exit coming out of that parking lot. Feeling really secure with this all-wheel drive. Let's do an e-brake turnaround. Make our way back this way and test the handling a bit, where I'm more familiar with the streets. Let's check the top speed on this run. And it's maxed out right around 114, 115 miles per hour. So by no means is it going to be a fast car when comparing it to other sports cars or supercars. But you know what? I've got a huge smile on my face right now because of the amazing handling with this all-wheel drive. I am actually having a blast right now. And it just goes to show you, it's a perfect example of it's not always about the fastest cars in the game. The driving experience from this guy is tremendous. Hit max speed, brake, 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 brake. All right. Oh man, thoroughly impressed. Slow things down for a second, talk about the car while we get a look at this guy on the street. That is a beauty, guys. I feel like I could be in a Need for Speed game right now. So, for you guys watching, should you go out and buy the new Penumbra? I can already tell you yes, yes, and yes again. The looks Rockstar nailed it. Very good customization. Love those racing seats we put on. Plenty of options for the spoilers, the hoods. It is unfortunate that we couldn't get that signature Eclipse hood though. But plenty of customization. Very gorgeously designed vehicle. And on a scale of 1 to 10 for fun factor, it's a 10 out of 10. Again, just going to show that doesn't have to be the fastest car in the game to put a huge smile on your face. The balance, the traction of this all-wheel drive, and the acceleration of this car, it's a little rocket ship. Really, I would say the definition of a pocket rocket. So go on, pick yourself up a new Penumbra FF for a Fast and Furious edition, I'm guessing. And have yourselves a blast on a budget. It's not going to break the bank as much as other vehicles in the game. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching, as I love doing these reviews. Some of the funnest videos to make. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the new Penumbra FF, how it compares to the other JDM imports in the game, and also if you'll be picking one up or if you already have one in your collection. Until the next time, you guys stay cool, keep on playing GTA, and I will see you guys in the next video. H2, signing out for now.